Hopefully this is broadcasting. So I'm going to run a quick, yeah, it's broadcasting good. Quick-ish stream just showing Elite Dangerous Horizons. We'll be playing closed simply because I'm streaming and Australian internet sucks. You know, I'll be open about that. It's going to be quick because I'm not exactly feeling the greatest. My health issues are playing up. And I'm a bit painkillered out. The other one is that, yeah, it's hot here at the moment. It's 6 AM and it is already 27 degrees centigrade. Go figure. I'm just going to put a notice on here that I may not respond to chats. Just as a warning for people. So anyway, this is the new startup screen. As you can see, for the most part it looks the same as it did, but we can actually see where planets. One of the biggest changes, and a lot of people are forgetting this, if you've not played Horizons and you come into controls and make certain you set up all these ones driving, they really do need to be set up. Just like Frontier, you really need to give us an easy way of sorting through this damn list. This is 2016, come on, I shouldn't be having to go down through this big massive list. I should have tabs and the ability to flick through and easily adjust my stuff. For those wondering, we are running it in a window at the moment. We are running at 1080p. We're running at 60 Hz, you might as well say. VSync is on, the frame rate limit is not off though. I could easily put it on. Our field of view is set to max because I am one of those who tends to experience issues at times with things, and for some reason the UI decided it didn't want to scroll there. We are set to a male pilot. GUI effects are off. It's just the guy on the like, I prefer it off. We're running the Ultra preset. So SMAA, super samplings at 1.1 times. Ambient occlusion is high. Environment quality ultra, high, high, ultra, chrome work, blah 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 blah. Basically everything is maxed out. And you'll notice I'm running it on a 960 and it runs fine. Which is why it gets me that you get people at the moment going, hey, it has frame rate issues. I'm not seeing that. So we're going to go solo play here. If we get any issues at the moment, it's going to be because I'm streaming. Which sometimes does happen. Like, thank you for actually loading everything in early. That's a first. So I left. I was sitting on a planet where I had a mission when I left. And I need to reset my track IR, which for some reason isn't resetting. 1 moment, people. My track IR is playing funny buggers because it's there we go. So yes, I'm landed on a planet. I probably actually have a find somewhere. I need to go pick up this set of cash. So I've got to go to LP 104-2, which is a really long trip. So for the moment we're going to skip that. We're actually going to have a quick look at some stuff, because I should have a free ship here. I mean, I'm an alpha backer, and we were all meant to get a free ship, and some of us apparently haven't, but we'll head out and over towards Sol. There's a couple of places on Sol we can actually visit at the moment. We'll tell it we want to go by the fastest route. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3 jumps to get to Sol. That's fine.
Landing gear retracted.
So yes, part of the reason it is so bright, if you haven't noticed, this is an ice world. And my ship's a little damaged because when I quickly played around with this, I wasn't paying attention to it completely as well as I should have been, and yeah, I got a little too close to the ground. We'll do my normal
Fuel
trip.
skipping. Fuel skip disengaged.
So we're about to jump, so I can't exactly show, but there are some changes which people have probably seen. You've now got a screen down the bottom. I'm a little bit of two minds with that screen, especially in ships like the Asp, because one of the advantages of being able to look down here, especially in the Asp, is when you're landing, you can try and plot you can kind of use the fact you could look down between your legs and at the ground the same way a helicopter pilot would. It was really handy for bringing in without having to just rely on the radar view.
Fuel skip disengaged.
You'll notice that we've got a bunch of new options here, little symbols. This just shows us where we can actually land at the moment. And over here we've got a bunch of new stuff. One, we can actually see how far through our ranks we are.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Hey Sol. So yeah, we can see. We'll come up and out here. Oh, we can actually go land on Mercury. Can land on Callisto. Europa. We can't land on the moon yet. It requires a permit because they're handcrafting parts of it. Ganymede, bunch of Saturns. We can't land on Pluto yet either because apparently they're reworking Pluto a little bit. So let's go have a look at Mercury. But yeah, as I was saying, we've got some new stuff over here as well. Especially, you know, we can actually see our permits a little bit better. Our stats are fairly much the same. A little bit more info. This is more or less the same. But in our rep we can see that we've got a fair chunk more in terms of feedback on how far through some of the stuff we are. Now to add to that, modules, obviously this is by and large the same, though you'll notice we've now got a couple of extra ones in here, like the planetary vehicle hangar. It hasn't changed. Our inventory's seen a big change. In part because we can now do synthesis. So, you know, we could have a look. What do we need for this? We need Vibridium and Germanium. Plasma munitions, we need that. Etc. And you get those on the planets. And the functions, well, they're pretty much the same. So, Mercury. There's a bunch of new contact types and all that too. You can also filter all of this now. And of course there's a bunch of new ships. Or ship types. We get a little bit better feedback too on which side of the planet things are now. So I'm still in orbit, but you'll notice we've got a countdown going on. I'm going to bring us down into orbital cruise. So it's about to drop us into orbital cruise.
Flight engaged.
There we go. Going to maintain this segment. Continue down towards the surface as we go. What we are going to do actually, let's... So there were a couple of signal sources down there. Yeah, you might be wondering why I'm upside down doing this. It's just habit. I'm used to planes, and we'd flip on our back and let gravity pull the nose down, rather than doing it this way. So we're about to come down out of orbital cruise, so continue down. We can see Airlock City out in the distance there. What we want to do is we want to drop out and come into glide. Staying in the blue would make certain of that 100%, but as long as we aren't in the red, we should be right. Probably my only complaint at the moment with some of their cities and the like is some of them really don't make sense for where they've been put. This one, for example, would be being hammered at the moment. So we're in glide. We're still able to travel faster than thing. You'll notice that we're inside that blue. We've just come out of glide and we're under normal thrust, so gravity and everything is definitely affecting us now. 0.37 G of it. really wish they'd let us move this stuff down between our legs.
Docking request granted.
So we want bay 12, which is over there. Trying to remember how to bring up that frame rate so people can see it.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
So we're obviously landed on the planet. We could get out here and use our SRV here, but like I said, I was here to check on something. And we actually can't. This place doesn't have a shipyard. So, actually we do have the FPS down there, so we're getting 37, 38 down here at the moment. 60 except for when I look down. Let's take off and have a look what it's like.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
So we're getting 45, 46 frames out here. Let's see what happens. We'll keep ourselves level. We'll go in, options, graphics. I'll kill VSync for a start. Sometimes about the same. So we can turn VSync back on. What we might do okay, we can put that back up to full. It didn't have any effect on the frame rate at all. Let's try bringing it down a little bit. Nowhere near though the so-called 5 frames that people claim they get. Heck, Flight Sim gets less frames than what we're seeing here. Apart from the fact that I don't really get down the entire time there. It's like all things, I actually think by and large it's the shadows that are possibly having some of the most effect on it. Oh. Then the other thing you got to remember is I'm actually streaming this through at the moment. But yes, we want to have a look at some of the other stuff we can do with this, so... Shall we get out and go for a drive on Mercury, or shall we go to another planet? Well, we'll go for a drive on Mercury. Not that there seems to be a lot of interesting places here. Drop the landing gear. So we're on the ground. And deploy our Scarab. So this is our Scarab. Our surface reconnaissance vehicle. Now it's meant to handle fairly much the same no matter what type of planet you're on, but I'm finding a real lot that especially on low gravity worlds, it's a pain in the ass to actually drive this thing. What's meant to help it tends to not. You'll notice we've got our scanner going, it goes automatically. And I'll just be fair here, we'll leave the FPS on right this side there. So right at the moment we're just following some of these lines, we'll see if we can't find something. But what we will do is we'll tell our ship to get out. A little bit of damage there. Need to actually check if I can. No, I don't. Okay, we don't have. Yeah, I need to just worked out we don't have something mapped. So let's slow down again here. Tempted. What if we put steering on my twist axis and roll on the x-axis like it should be? Let's see how well we go at driving this thing. We need to go invert an axis. So this is the other problem. Times it seems to get stuck in working out which direction you want it to go. See, so it'll happily go backwards, but to get it to go forwards at times is a pain in the ass. So we just got some minerals. We'll collect them. So we just picked up some minerals, and you'll notice the scanner's no longer showing us a massive source in front of us. Close the cargo scoop. In case you're wondering what it was that I just did with all that stuff, for the roll and the like, is anytime we get airborne, we were having problems in the sense that we couldn't control the roll. We could do our pitch, but we couldn't control the roll of the SRV. So I'll give you an example here. We'll get some speed up. Okay, we're airborne here. Now I can roll the SRV. And it just worked out the pitch is inverted. Sorry, the roll's inverted, so if I stop at the moment, I'll push to the right as I boost here, and you'll notice we're rolling to the left. So I need to go fix that. We'll have a check. So that's going the right direction. That's going the right direction. You'll notice, like most things, it's coming from there. Feather it on the way down. Almost banked my life. Oh no. I mean, the big thing I find to laugh is nearly everything on this planet would actually be really high in iron ore. It's just fact of life of Mercury. Heavily blasted. Most of the side facing the sun is really blasted. got a fairly large spike, or we had a fairly large spike. But yes, you get the idea. You could do this as really, oh god, really basic. This is just exploring. There's there's actual bases and the like you can go and attack and things like that. Missions. We're going to recall our ship. Here comes the asp. So what we need to do here is get in the right spot. And we go board ship, and it packs itself up. Pulled up into the bay. And now we can take off.
Landing gear retracted.
Now you may be wondering, well, what if I want to get back up into space in a hurry and I don't want to actually jump, I just want to get back into space?
Frameshift drive charging.
Charge the frame shift drive like normal, but we're going to basically be moving at
4,
right angles.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
So it knows that we're boosting away from the surface. We want to get above that drop. I'm going to head for Galileo for now. One thing I should point out too, you'll notice if I go to the system map now, we've got a couple of new options. This is telling us that we've got we can land. Notice that the moon doesn't have one, despite the fact it should. So we can land on all these. The blue line just means that you can land on it. There's no known colony places, settlements, whereas this tells us that there's a settlement here. So if we have a look at Europers, we can then go planetary map. We can have a look here and we can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 planetary landing spots all clustered in together. And just there, so we've got salvageable wreckage, which we could go salvage if we so wished. Still amazes me the amount of detail that Frontier have put into this game.
Scan detected.
Oh, they can scare me all they want.
Docking request granted.
Babylon Control, this is Ash19560, blah blah blah, requesting permission to dock. So there's our landing pad.
Fly smart, fly safe. Reduce your speed inside the docking bay.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
And we are down. Over the hangar here. And bring on the starboard services. So, let's see if they have actually given... No, by the looks of it, they still haven't given me my thing. I'm going to have to put in a ticket. So this is my ASP. I could apparently buy a whole bunch of bubbleheads. I don't see the point. And of course, the standard competent and the like. Badges, I do have some paint jobs that I've paid for, but for the most part it's whatever they've given us for free. I apparently have one viewer, yay! Hello whoever is watching. Let's have a quick look and check the galactic news. Yeah, we don't give a shit about power plays, it's stupid. And actually, I'll explain why I think power plays is stupid and the like in a second. Just so that it doesn't sound like I'm just criticising the heck out of Frontier on it. I think the general idea behind power plays good. How they've implemented it, bad. I might have to go to hell later. Yes, we're going to go to hell. So, okay, if I go to... Let's bring up the power plays stuff. So if we bring up this is power plays, right? And you'll notice I've not pledged to anyone. Power plays. You've got 10 people, 10 factions. And they argue over parts of the galaxy. Which sounds fine, you know, does, except that you run into a problem. These guys here in the Empire fighting with each other kind of makes a little sense, and I mean, when I say fighting, these, you can go out and shoot at each other. These two don't. They're both members of the Federation. President, opposition. Literally. President and opposition. So, if we come and have a look at our galaxy map here, and we switch this over to power play, you'll notice we get this somewhat messy depiction of all the various systems controlled by whoever. Now, if we go to Zachary here, and we actually get up to one of his systems rather than the mess where it's doing. You want to come up here? Come on, thank you. So, Sol. Heart of the Federation, and it's controlled by Zachary Hudson. Makes sense, right? Yep, except for he's apparently fighting at times with Felissa Winters, who's this orangey colour section over here. Which doesn't make sense. She's in his faction. She's Federation territory, you know, she controls... She's just the opposition, she's just the other party. It'd be like the Republicans and the Democrats actually going out in the States and shooting themselves at each other with dedicated warships and the like. Or the Australian National Liberal Party and the Labor Party and the Greens all going out and declaring actual war on each other. It doesn't make sense, you know, they're all members of the same faction, and that's where I think power plays breaks down, because if we come back and flick over back to the Galactic Power stuff here, and look at power plays, you'll notice that, you know, he's a Republican, his allegiance is the Federation, and the like. But the moment you pledge for him, you're pledging to basically come and attack Felissa Winters, who's also Federation. She's the Shadow President, and she's a Liberal. So you've got a Republican and the Liberal Party, and they're going at each other basically, and willing to go at each other with guns. It does not make sense. Where this would have made a lot more sense would actually be kind of in how we've got the Alliance having one party, the main pirate faction here having a party. Would have been to have the Federation having a party, then the Empire. You could have multiples in the Empire simply because the Empire tends to fracture itself along the lines of this stuff, you know, it's very much a feudal empire. But yeah, within the Federation, kind of doesn't make sense. It's the reason why you look at the Alliance, we don't see multiple Alliance factions, despite the fact we know that technically the Alliance is 50 different small independents. You know, it's a whole bunch of independent worlds that have formed an alliance. I mean, you could argue that the Cirrus Corporation should be part of the alliance, but it isn't in its own way. It's an independent system. So yeah, these two definitely don't make sense as being two separate, which is part of the reason why I flat out refuse to join the galactic power struggle that happens with power play. I back the Federation normally, and you can see that if you come have a look at my stats over here. You'll notice that by and large I don't have a lot of rep with the Empire. I don't like the Slavers, but yeah, I can't go really playing power plays because I'd be, one, limiting myself to half of the Federation, and two, I'd be attacking my own group at times, which does not make sense. But anyway, with that small rant over, that's actually where I'm going to leave the stream at the moment. My sinuses are playing up, it's getting warm again here, and now that the sun's actually up, and I'm not feeling the greatest again. Anyway, my name's Rob, thanks for watching. Like always, feel free to hit the subscribe button here or over on YouTube if you're watching this over on YouTube. Drop your comments in the comments box on YouTube and all that fun stuff. See ya!